Nation. Come on, baby. Let's go. We're live like 95. I'm going to let everybody fill in. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Yeah. Let's go.
This is Sparta!
All right, Nation. I could not leave you all alone, right? I can't leave you alone. Facebook, I got to get to you guys. I was talking live like 95 on my YouTube page, and I would be crazy not to include you all, right? So I have to break it down in 2 pages or 2 parts or what have you, because I've been having little issues with my restream. But I will double back for you guys because I love the nation, and I got to give you guys what's on my heart, soul, and sinew, my mind, and all of the meditation for you guys. Shout out to everybody. I will open up the phone lines in a few, but I wanted to tell you guys, if you didn't know, because I know a lot of people been live already talking about Randy Get Down Gregory and what this means for the team. And it means everything for the team. Why? Why, Law? Why does it mean everything for the team? Because we're sitting here looking back at this situation and we're saying, okay, we got the Everson Griffin, which is good. Oh, we got the was it? No. Alden, I'm about to say Andy Dalton, but Alden Smith. You know, we got also Tyrone Crawford. We got a lot of dogs over there on that end, right? But what if I told you that the NFL has been a little coy with it? You know, that's just how they do things over there in that parts of the world, right? That's just how they do it, you know, but it is what it is. We okay. And basically, Randy Gregory, this is from Tom, the official word from the NFL, defensive end, Randy Gregory, conditional. It says conditional reinstatement begins with an acclamation in a period of return to the game action as soon as October the 25th, and that's at Washington. We're going to be seeing Andy around that time frame. So basically that's around week 6 or week 7, give or take. Is it crass of the NFL to hold his feet to the fire because all he did was plants over pills, right? It's not like he stabbed somebody. It's not like he hit somebody with a car or something. It's not like he beat up and gave somebody domestic violence. It's not like one of those type of situations. Or it's not like he grabbed a lady and threw her on some guns or something like that. He just rolled one, right? That's all he did. Ain't this right, Robert? Ain't this right, Bruce Ward? I see you over there. Ain't this right, Kevin? All he did was able to just roll one. Nevertheless, let me still say that I'm still glad that he's on this team. Turn me up. Let me go, ladies. Oh, it is on like neck bone, baby. Now, why am I so excited, Cowboy Nation? Because I've seen a lot of people say, well, all he's going to do, Law, let me put the messages on here. All he's going to do, Law, is get back in trouble. I said, what trouble? When I was live on my YouTube page, somebody said, all he's going to do is get back in trouble. What trouble was Randy Gregory in, huh? Lewis, huh, Nick? You know, what trouble Randy Gregory was in? None. He just had a little situation that he preferred plants over pills. And I think, ain't this right, Jessica, that we got a dog now. We do. Oh, and other stuff is moving around too. They thinking about bringing back Brandon Carr. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Bruce Ward said, come on, bring on Earl. The Pearl, Thomas, right? Shout out to the Thomas, man. That's a mighty last name. Boy, that's a mighty last name. Nick Gonzalez says 2019, damn suspension Goodell was needed to be cut that BS. Yeah. I mean, you are, Nick, you speaking nothing. Look, you speaking so much truth, my beard grew an inch. That's truth, because he sat out the entire year last year for some suspension, Oh, now you want to pour some more stuff on it, brother? But they just trying to get back at him. They just trying to get back at him for what he was doing, what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Jason, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. He just smoked. That's what Kenneth said. Yeah. He just rolled one. He just rolled a few times. Hey, and there was some stories out there that said basically, and I'm paraphrasing, they said basically that, for some of those appointments, the reason why he missed is because he was in the rehabilitation camp. He was trying to not smoke one. That's the craziest thing of it all. Kenneth says, nah, don't bring back Carr. Don't bring him back. Garrett Baker, what's good with you, man? I smell, Bruce Ward said, smell Super Bowl. Man, I can taste the Super Bowl. I can see it. Yeah. Yeah, Jessica, they need to hush with all of the negative talk. Matter of fact, since you said that, let's go with it. Let's go. What if I told you the purge is this weekend? It is. It's this weekend. And we losing some dogs, right? No, we gaining some with teeth that can bite. All right, I'm gonna turn the phone lines on. Give me a few seconds. Let me find my phone. Let me take it off. Let me put it on the hook so you guys can hear the ring and all this stuff. And I'm gonna post the number in the community box here. Bam, there we go. 682-214-4087 is the number. Call in and get in. CD Lamb time. Yes, Bruce, it is. Bruce, it's CD Lamb time. Josh Gordon on his 6th suspension and has walked away about 3 times, but he still have a job. This is from Nick. Look, if Josh Gordon was able to come to the Dallas Cowboys, right, if we were to pick him up, they would have banned him. They would have said, you know what? Since you trying to come to the Cowboys land, we can't have you. 903, it's me.
Hello?
Yes, indeed. You're here live on the nation.
What's up, Long?
What's good
What's
with you,
up?
baby?
It's PVO only. PVO only. Positive vibes only. Don't come talking all that negative stuff. Our boss finna roast these people. It's about we supposed to be rejoicing for this man sitting out. Congratulations. Don't speak that death over that man. You better speak life over that man.
Oh.
Speak life over our whole team. I'm so sick of the negativity. We need to be up here excited, man. We've been hollering about they need to reinstate this man. And look what happened. Man, I've been praying for him. I have. I've been praying for all our teams.
Yes.
And then I just seen what y'all been talking about, E.T., 48 hours, and then they finna go after E.T., Hey, at first I was like, yep. Hey, more pieces to our puzzle. What are y'all talking? What did Mr. McCarthy say? Super Bowl. It's all about Super Bowl, about winning. Y'all shouldn't be talking negative, man. Y'all should be excited and be like, oh, man, y'all been talking about this man need to be reinstated, but yet y'all want to get on here and go to talking negative. Cut the negative out. It's PVO only, period.
Positive energy, man. And I'm telling you, I love it, Jay. Hey, when they say thou shalt decree a thing and it shall be established, that's what I'm talking about. We got to speak these things into an existence. Hallelujah. Girl, you going to have me
speak those things as though they were, man. Speak those things as though they were. Speak life and not death. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. You speak defeat, you gonna be defeated. But you speak accomplishment, you speak faith, you speak. Man, come on, don't get me started on him now.
You making
y'all better cut this negative
off. You making my beard hair grow. Speaking of all of those positive things, it making my beard hair grow. I really appreciate you for calling in. That's what I'm talking about.
You
what the nation needs.
Y'all be safe now. Y'all don't play around with COVID. And your daughter is beautiful. Your children are very beautiful.
Appreciate it.
And congratulations on it. I wish your kids much success. They can't be nothing but successful because they father speakless success.
That's what I'm talking about.
He is a successful person.
Yes,
I'll talk to you later. Going back into the chat. All
what I'm
right.
talking
I'll
about.
let y'all later.
When you get a good call like that, I gotta leave with one of these things right here because everybody knows that, man.
This is Sparta!
Yeah, Jay, that's what I'm talking about. And we got to speak this positivity, man, into the atmosphere. It's contagious. It is something that we really need to think about. Look, here's my whole thought track with Randy Get Down Gregory. I like the fact that it's going to be 6 weeks, although Roger Goodell is kind of wrong for making this guy wait for another 6 weeks. And on top of that, he could have reinstated the guy and said, hey, he cannot play or participate until week 6. But at least allow this man to go through training camp. But they didn't do that. 843, talk to me.
Law Nation.
What's good, fam? Talk to me. You're live.
Man, let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
With Randy Gregory being reinstated, with the defensive front that we got already, if they jail that front four, with the rotational pieces that's coming in, if that pass rush be what I think it can be, right, we can take the corners that we got. They already aggressive. They can catch the ball. We can take some average corners. That front four gonna make them corners look great. And then don't mess around and listen to me.
Talk to me.
I've been watching these boys for a long time. I've been watching
it.
Earl Thomas from the time he was in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
If they go out and make these two moves right here, it's gonna close the curtain for our secondary. If they go out and go get Eric Reed and put him in the box and let Earl Thomas roam up top, like, dude, you can't do nothing. What you gonna do? Now you got to pick your poise. You can try to run, and we gonna throw that up now. See, I'm so happy about this season and ready. Dude, with the coaching staff we got, we haven't had a real coaching staff since the 90s. The last time we had a realistic coach was Bill Parcells.
Yeah, Parcells. I'm about to say, Parcells was a good guy. He had some bad deck of cards, right? I mean, 5'11", 5'11", 5'11". Let's just go out here and go get a real coach. And they went and got Bill Parcells, and he took that team to, believe it or not, I think within 3 years or so, to 2 playoff times, right? He took Quincy Carter to the playoff, and he took a Tony Romo who transformed into like this great quarterback since then. So I agree. Coaches elevate. Coaches look at situations and take a mud puddle and turn it into a swimming pool, and everybody be there. That's what coaches do.
Man, I tell you this right here, Law. If they make them 2 moves back there in the secondary, I mess with X Wood. X Wood's a hitter. I think Earl Thomas will elevate his game.
Oh yeah.
We just need some veteran. We need a veteran presence back there that can teach our men behind them.
Yeah.
Say if Earl was to come to us, man, he can teach. He can coach Donovan. He can coach Donovan Wilson. Man, he can coach Dorian Thompson. Man, he can Reggie Robinson. Man, dude. And then listen, man, you got somebody already back there that been there. Like you say, bring him in for a cup of coffee. It won't hurt.
Cup of coffee, man. Perfect cup. I got some brewing right now. I can't wait to sip it all up. What else you got for the show, fam?
I'm going to ask you this right here.
Talk to me.
I got to say this before I get out of here so I can let you get back to everybody else. Everybody been talking about Mike McCarthy. But everybody got to think about this. Before Aaron Rodgers was Aaron Rodgers, who you think coached him up? See, don't nobody look at that. Don't nobody look at that. Now, when Mike McCarthy come here and elevate Dak to the next level, hopefully take us all the way. Regular season MVP, take us to the Super Bowl. I ain't going to holler about all that. I just want to see how Mike McCarthy elevates your team. That's all I want to say, Law Nation.
Man, I appreciate you, fam. Salute, bro. That's what I'm talking about. What if I told you guys, man, when callers call in like that, man, they bring that type of thunder. I love it. I love hearing it. I love some objectivity. Y'all know it's purge time. Hey, we try to clear out everything. When y'all hear that, man, you know that this thing is not planned, baby. We trying to just rip through this league, and we gonna let them know when the Cowboys walk in your city, your town, your location, you better be watching out, because this defense gonna come right at you. We got the Randy Gregory, we got Everson Griffin, we got, Alden Smith, we got the inside boys, Poe and Woods, and also D-Law. Shout out to the Laws. Hey, we got everything you can imagine. Really appreciate everybody that's watching. There's 52 of you guys that's watching right now. Do me a huge favor. It should be 52 shares. Just share it. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a foe, tell people where to go when they want to tune into this Cowboy Sports Talk and beyond. Hey, I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. If you guys call in, speak your mind. Speak what you got on your heart. Let's get this thing going the best way possible. On top of that, this season, I want people to just realize this. This is a brand new flow, a brand new flavor. You can see what happened in training camp, right? We never ever seen Cowboys players in red jerseys, right? The quarterback was in red jerseys, for crying out loud, because I believe that being focused and these sorts of things is that all of these quarterbacks just had to worry about one thing: make the pass, make the completion. Focus on your task at hand. Don't try to be all of this Hollywood stuff. Look, you got a game to go out there to compete at. And on top of that, we had the veteran quarterback out there, Andy Dalton, to help out the younger quarterbacks. I love that. Already know that this system, as it relates to Kellen Moore, he's going into his second year as the OC. I'm thinking that is going to work out. All of these things work together. And shout out to all of the supporters. When you are a supporter, you get a special, unique badge. So I really appreciate that. That let me know that you guys support the nation. And thank those who also shared this content and like this content, man. I really appreciate it. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get this thing going the best way possible. I'm going to read your comments over here. Michael Campbell, appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. He says the NFC East division chasers every year. Are you top, or say, I guess, now are you top 6 or the 8th in the NFL, period? Our fans don't even understand how to win a Super Bowl anymore. It's pathetic. In the 90s, we built the team to beat the best in the NFL, not raggedy division. I agree with you saying. It took me forever to piece that together, Michael. But here's the situation. I love some objectivity. I do, believe it or not. And I understand what you're saying. Please feel free to always call in 682-214-4087 to get out your points here, Michael. But here's the situation. Here's the flat-out situation. I believe that you play what's in front of you. And I believe, yes, the goal every year, like Mike McCarthy said, make no bones about it, is winning the Super Bowl, right? But I do believe in order for you to get there, you got to at least graduate from middle school, right? I'm sorry, you got to at least graduate from elementary, right? Then you got to graduate from middle school. Then you got to graduate from high school. And then you got to go through college and your collegiate aspects of it. And then you get your degree or what have you. I believe that there's phases in the NFL. And you can't just look at it and say, well, I'm only going to focus on winning the playoff. You got to focus on dominating your division. I'm talking about putting your foot down on the throats of the opposition and not letting up. You got to let your opposition know that when you come into town, when you come in their town, you're going to take no names, because you're going to just whoop some tail. You about business. And I believe that the Cowboys of the old, even just last year, we wasn't about that business. We left too much on the table. We relaxed up. We played down to competition like the Jets, like the Bills, like anybody else, the Miami Dolphins and beyond. So now it's time for us to play up to the competition and let teams try to play up to us. And that's the difference between the team in the 90s opposed to the team of the late last years, right? This team been directed by a docile, person. And I'm not talking about Jason Garrett because I believe that he's a wonderful person. If you ever meet him in person, you can't even push out negative words because he got this aura about himself. But I think that he's more of a docile guy. The hostility of Jason Garrett. He was never a guy that sit there and say, okay, I'm going to turn up the heat. I'm going to turn up the pressure. I'm going to turn up this and I'm going to turn up that. No, he's been the docile guy, if I can make any sense to you guys. Michael, he says, let me see what he says. I'm Mike McCarthy until 2021, and this is not a full team yet. This is what Michael said. I agree. We still got pieces and parts to put together. I'm thinking that it takes normally about 6 or maybe 7 games for the defense to be on the same page. Believe it or not, it takes the only hope that we have for this particular team to look at everything to be all on point is the offense, because that's the only area where the continuity at. And like I said on my YouTube video earlier, I was talking about the front five, the offensive line, right? That is the only unit that when you look at it, you really can't judge it in preseason. You really can't judge it in training camp. You only can judge it week 1, week 2, week 3, because that's the only unit that you can't have chinks in the armor, right? You can have the world class of the world class right tackle. But if everybody else trash, that whole line is trash, right? You can have pieces sprinkled along the line, like the world of the world right tackle and a subpar left guard, and your whole line would be trash because they can know where to penetrate. They can say, okay, we're going to squeeze up through the A gap. We're going to penetrate the B gap, because the outside edge, that's where the strength at, you know? So that's why I'm saying that this particular team, this offensive line, is the situation where we're going to have to sit back and look at it collectively speaking and say, how can this team work together as a unit? And we won't know until after week 1. Not even before week 1, after week 1. Seeing how those boys are going to hold up Aaron Donald, because they're going to have their hands full. But on the flip side, our front four, our defensive side, I can tell you, we can wreak havoc with one guy, right? D-Law can be an enforcer with one guy. We just need everybody else to hold their place. But newsflash, Cowboy Nation, I believe everybody on that front four can win their one-on-ones. Let me know if I'm lying. Everybody on that front four can win their one-on-ones this year. Now, yes, we can have calls to Paul for Neville Gallimore and Tristan Hill or what have you, but those are what? Weakest guys at this point. And I think that Neville Gallimore can bring a little heat action to the table, right? Let me know if I'm wrong, Cowboy Nation. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me see. I think Gary got caught up in the hype of 2016. This is from Nick. Shout out to you, Nick, man. Really appreciate you. Shout out to Restream for letting me know I got 100 messages, man. I really appreciate that. Losing Frederick hurt. Tough. It was tough to move from this guy together all together. Like, damn. Yeah. A good case in point. We seen how the 2018 Dallas Cowboys versus the Rams. We saw how that happened, right? All I could think about, and I think that we had Xavier Su'a-Filo, and we had Connor Williams, same flow of guys, even though Xavier Su'a-Filo is gone now, and we had Joe Looney at that time. And I was telling people on my YouTube page earlier is that I want Joe Looney to look at this game as revenge, because the last time he played against the L.A. Rams, they folded him up like a wallet. They said, we're going to pick you up, we're going to put you in the back pocket, and we're going to get to the quarterback. Oh, we're going to shut down Ezekiel Elliott. We're going to make sure he fold. That's what that front four did to us, you know. So I believe that Joe Looney should look at this game and say, you know what? Last year, yeah, we whooped y'all butt. We took you out of the game. You guys couldn't advance to the playoff because it was a win to go home for the L.A. Rams. But I wasn't out there. Now I'm out there. Now I'm going to show you guys what I'm all about. Yes, I'm going to show you guys what I'm all about. Thomas, what's good? What would you like for us to pick up? Earl, this is from Thomas. That's weird, Thomas. What happened to your H, man? What happened to your H on your name, Thomas? Appreciate you, Thomas, though. Here's the situation with Earl. I would love for us to pick up Earl. I'm thinking that it would look better for us, and not just paper, for us to roll out Xavier Woods and Earl opposed to Xavier Woods and Darian Thompson. Like I said in my previous live stream on Facebook, I pulled up the excerpt. I believe it's still here. Let me see if it's still here. Let me see if this see if this is the groove right here. Yeah, I pulled up this situation. I was talking about the honey badger. In 2018, everybody was saying, well, pretty much from the Dallas Cowboys staff, we okay. He's not a scheme fit. He's nothing more than a nickel guy. He do not fit well with us. And this was his response. He says, no one in Dallas secondary is better than me on my off day after 2 knee surgeries. And that is what he said. So not to pull up this to go all the way back in the past, but I think that still hold truth to this day. Nobody is better than the honey badger, right? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Stevens, what's good with you, man? Shout out to you. Daniel, really appreciate you so much for tuning in on the Periscope. We are here live on Facebook and the Periscope. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Dwight, what's good with you? He said that is true. All front four can win all of the one-on-ones and penetrate. Yeah, penetration of the offensive line. Show the true power of the defense. So here's what we want. Here's what we want the front four on our side to do. We want the quarterback to be knocked off his marker. We want the quarterback to rush through his progressions. We don't want a quarterback to be able to throw the deep post pass because we know for sure that our DBs are going to cover. The DBs should know for sure that the front four is going to get to the quarterback, and we want to have some exotic blitzes. Here's the situation. Cowboys, since 2000 and I believe 15 or 16, were one of the better blitzing teams in the NFL. You guys can check the facts if you want. We were one of the better blitzing team in the NFL, but guess what? We didn't blitz. It's kind of like this, if I can put it in these fashions. When the team was blitzing, everybody like, whoa, they blitzing? And we got home because they was looking like, hey, the Cowboys are a vanilla-based defense, bend but don't break, meaning that we will allow you to get upfield. They didn't blitz often. It's kind of like having Steph Curry. You know he's dangerous as a three-point shooter, but you don't allow him to shoot. And that's the reason why when you go back and start looking at some of the film, you'll say, man, AB, our version of AB, Anthony Brown, man, his brother had 3 sacks. Oh, Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis had 2 sacks. Oh, when they blitzed even Orlando Scandrick, he had multiple sacks because these guys can actually blitz. But it was not in the play sheet for the defense to do so. So that's why when they did blitz, it caught teams by surprise. I digress. Glenn G. Harris says the Honey Badger plays in KC. Yeah, I was speaking of a reference point back in 2018. He was on the market, and what happened with the Honey Badger, let me pull that up again. In 2018, just go back because I know a lot of people don't follow free agency like that. What happened in 2018, he was on the free agent market because the Arizona no longer wanted to pay him because he had these injury situations and some off the field situations to go about, extortions and all of that crazy stuff that went on. And they was like, nah, we will pay you X amount of money, but we won't pay you the full amount of money. So he was on the market. The first day of free agency hit, the Cowboys said, paying for a free agent player, you're going to pay too much. We would rather trust our own guys. We love our guys. We love Jeff Heath. We love Xavier Woods. He's coming along the way. We love such and such. We love whoever else. We love this guy. We love that guy. And he's not a perfect scheme fit for our organization. So we're going to go to Cabo. I think they went to the Bahamas, what have you. So they really didn't covet the Honey Badger. So what happened was the Texans down there in Houston, they said, you know what? We will pick him up. So they gave him an offer of like $7 million. It was a very cheap deal. And he played in Houston for 1 year, balled out. I think he had like 3 interceptions, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and a touchdown. He had a crazy year, a Pro Bowl year. And they only signed him for a 1 year deal. And he ended up taking that 1 year deal and saying, okay, since you guys didn't believe in me, I can pick my own team. let me just go to the KC. And that's how he came to the KC, and they paid him royally to the KC. Let me know if you guys can check that out. But I think Willard, we could afford $7 million in 2018. We did have $7 million. We wouldn't scrap for cash in 2018 like that. So we just didn't pull the trigger. That's all I'm saying. We could afford him. Now, his new contract, I don't know. But we could have made some arrangement for his new contract, too, if he was playing the way he was playing now. Did you hear the Cowboys might bring in Brandon Carr? This is from Cohen. Yes, Brandon Carr. Here's the situation with him. I'm going to dig back and I'm going to pull back some more film on Brandon. Used car. He's really technically a used car now, right? But I'm going to really look up some of his situation. I do know my dog, Skywalker Steele. He was saying that, believe it or not, like Ripley's, believe it or not, he played decent at safety. So if they are bringing in Brandon Carr as the safety, I don't know. I will have to check out the film. But all I know from Brandon was when he was playing for the Dallas Cowboys. Just think about this. Megatron, right? Oh, think about this. Odell Beckham Jr., the catch that was seen all around the world, that they still reference that catch till this day. And I have to go back and forth with even Cowboys fans and say, you know what? That was a hell of a catch, but we won that game. I tell people all the time, we won that game. You know, they keep showing that replay. Who shows replays of a loss? We won that game. It was a spectacular catch, but he pushed off too, so we won that game, right? So whenever y'all see that doggone replay of Odell Beckham reaching out to the heavens backwards, right, and bringing the ball in against Brandon Carr, tell people, we won that game, though. Jimmy Allen says, yes, Dak is the problem. Tell me what he has done so great. Jimmy Allen. Here's the situation. The old Dak Prescott conversation for the nation. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear about Dak Prescott because right now this is 5th year, right? It's a prove-it year, right? By him having the franchise contract, he's the first quarterback in the Dallas Cowboys history to have the franchise tag on him, right? So with that being said, the spotlight is on him. It is set up for his success. Now, one can argue and say, well, if he go out there and strub a toe or if he throw his shoulder out, it's over with for him because I don't see how the Cowboys would bring him back the next year, right, when they didn't really want to sign him this year. So he signed under a $31 million contract for 1 year prove-it deal. He got weapons on the outside. He got 2 beasts of a dog as running back. He got I don't know about the offensive line yet, but you can talk about the edges. Tyron Smith, La'el Collins, those guys are staple piece. And then Zach Martin, yes, you can throw him in and say, okay, he got 3 good offensive linemen, right? So we can talk about the youthfulness of the Blake Jarwin or what have you. So we can look at Dak Prescott in a bubble and say, well, was Dak Prescott the fault or the problem last year? Was he the reason why this team went 8-8? Or was it the defense? Or was it the coaching staff? Well, that was last year. Now it's all about 2020. How can Dak Prescott perform beyond the level of 8-8? Because regardless of how we look at it, what Dak Prescott done great is since 2016, you can't name me 5 quarterbacks that won more games, right? You can't name me 4. You can't name me 3, right? So you can only go to these 2 quarterbacks. And trust me, Tom Brady and this guy, Russell Wilson, those are the only 2 quarterbacks that got more wins or same wins as Dak Prescott, right? So that's what he's done great. He stood up to the test of times, played every game that he could play in, never missed a game, and so far he was 40-24. Regardless of how we look at it, we can't say, well, it's a team sport, right? And the quarterback gets all of the flavor when they win. Well, we can say the same thing about Tommy Brady, right? Those first 3 Super Bowls, were you there, Cowboy Nation? You can look back and say, well, he was a glorified bus driver. Oh, Lord, do you want me to bring up some more bus drivers that got all of the credit once the time done passed? Trent Difford, right? He's a glorified bus driver. Oh, I think Dak Prescott is better than the Trent Difford, right? Brad Johnson, Joe Flacco. Even if you look at the situation with Big Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, I'm naming all of these quarterbacks that had good historical defense, or they had good pieces around them and they was able to win. But in the test of times, people are going to remember the quarterback. You can't name me all of the people that played on Brad Johnson's team, right? You can't name me all of the people that played on Trent Difford's team. People are so aloof of the time frame, they would say, yeah, he had Ed Reed. Ed Reed wasn't on that team then, right? Oh, let me bring up some more information for the nation. Since people want to bring up revisionist history. Eli. Dak Prescott is better than Eli. But Eli got 2 Super Bowl rings. Or I can just go all the way back and say this. Tony Romo is better than Eli, but Eli got 2 Super Bowl rings. Oh, my goodness. I'll take a glory bus driver. This is Willard Slush Roman. Yeah, Jesus, what's good? We have no choice but to support Dak. It could be worse, PPC. That's what I'm talking about. We got to keep it positive. Keep these positive vibes. Y'all must want Quincy Carter. Look, I remember people who said, hey, go tank and go get Baker Mayfield. I want to know what Baker Mayfield done since he been in the NFL. And you can't tell me he don't have any weapons. Let me repeat. You can't tell me he don't have any weapons. He got offense. He got crazy good defense. Let me know what Baker Mayfield has been doing, right? I digress. Yeah, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Winning games in the regular season. Don't tell nothing until he's done it in the post game. List winning games in the NFL at quarterbacks. This is the real list. This is the Michael Campbell. I love it because no quarterback in the history of the NFL had everything given to him as much as this guy named Peyton Manning. This is a true testament that coaches matter, right? He had a wealth of weapons around him. Offensive line. He had Edgerrin James. Look up Edgerrin James' first 4 years or 5 years or what have you, and you can tell me, and I can tell you, man, that guy was crazy good. Oh, and then the expectation of being a first-round draft pick out of Peyton Manning. Oh, a Reggie Wayne. Oh, he never had nobody to pass less the ball to than a Marvin Harrison. Those are weapons that he was birthed into. It's like he was born with a silver spoon, but he's not viewed upon or cast aspersions on or sullied or denigrated like a Dak Prescott. But if you were to put everything in a bubble and remove the Cowboys goggles and move Colts goggles and just pull up the stats blindly, you would sit there and say, man, this quarterback right here, give me this number 4. But I do know that when you look at the context of it and you look at the whole situation and you say, oh, hell no, because we judging it by the whole body of work opposed to the first 3 or 4 years of work, right? Let me tell you guys this, newsflash. Peyton Manning finally won a Super Bowl, multiple Super Bowls, but he didn't do it by himself. He had defense that was able to step up, and he had better coaching. And Denver, when he went over to Denver, let me know what all was on that roster. You see, 30 years from now, only people going to remember is the quarterback. Yeah, Dallas Clark, Marvin Harrison. He had 2 guys, I believe, on that offensive line to be all pros. Not Pro Bowls, but all pros. James wasn't bad either. Yeah, Edgerrin James was a bad brother. That brother was being able to run the rock. And it took Peyton Manning 7 years, I believe. But he was the regular season guru. He could win all of the games when he got down to the regular season. But when that postseason came, it was like, adios, alida la raza, mucho elegante. I'm gone, sayonara. You know, he was gone up out of Daniel. What's good? E.T. is like you telling mama, you want Jordan? She says, these boo-boos look nice, baby. Nah, give me E.T. I see what you said, Daniel. Yeah. Too much cut down time is Saturday, Trey. Yes, indeed. We gave them where? Yeah, we did give them where. Dakota damn near beat Aaron Rodgers in the playoff, and it had not been for a spectacular sideline catch by the tight end. Who knows, right, Marcus Dixon? Appreciate you for that information. And if it hadn't been for the aficionados, too, you got to put them into the mix. Cowboy Nation, there's no I in team, so get out. Yeah, Jeff Saturday. Yes, Nick. Well, we can go on and on. I see some people bringing up some historics of Peyton Manning. Newsflash, right? Peyton Manning was a beast, though, especially on Madden. Peyton Manning was still a beast, though. That's just how it goes. Michael versus Michael in the chat box. I really appreciate all of the Michaels. I love this energy, but we still going to talk about Randy Gregory. He's been reinstated, Cowboy Nation. So this defense should be a whole lot better. I'm thinking that what we could do is from a rotational aspect of it, we can get upfield, get skinny, get small, and still make things happen. Madden says Dak's a GOAT. Appreciate you for spitting that out. Okay, this is the phone number, 682-214-4087. Call in. You guys can do me a huge favor. Let me know how long I've been live, like 95. And that way, because I got a roll in a few, right? Got to let y'all know that I got a roll in a few. It's Friday. TGIF, right? Thank God it's Friday. Donna, really appreciate you for watching. Darryl, really appreciate you for tuning in. Do you believe you are winning games in the playoff period, and why? This is from Michael. Okay, appreciate you, Michael. We can answer the question. 903, talk to me.
Hey, what's up?
Double time for your mind. Talk to me.
I'm trying to be cool. But all you people that's sitting up in there bashing that, I need to get on, move around. I'm telling you right now, you need to get up off that, because ain't no I in team. Team is everybody, meaning everybody, every player on the team. So don't keep talking about it was that fault that we were able to. We didn't have no coaching staff that know how to utilize the talent we had. But we got it now. So why don't y'all just get on off the wagon now? Because when they go to the Super Bowl, we don't need you to come back trying to play it. We knew it. Dak is going to do what Tony Romo never did. Him and the boys going to go at Lombardi. So y'all could just go on and quit your hating. You know what I'm saying? Because this boy has been doing what he's supposed to be doing. He tried to get us back in the game when everybody else quit. Dak kept trying to get it, but he couldn't do it by himself. He needed his boys to get it together. But everybody was fed up with Garrett. Everybody was fed up and very aggravated. But now, they've been out there working their tail off for this man, because this man has been talking to them, and them other coaches been talking to our team, getting them in this thing. That is what our boys was looking for. Coaches to coach them. Coaches to get them up off their tail and get busy. And that's what they're working toward. Because this man already told you, Super Bowl is what he's aiming for. So therefore, all you people that's doubting, get off the wagon. Get off the boat. Because we don't need you. The boys don't need you. Get out. I'm done.
That's what I'm talking about right here. Oh, my goodness. You deliver some heat. Now, any rebuttals, please feel free to call in. I got to give her one of these. She's spoken, right? My goodness. All right, so 682-214-4087. Anybody with a rebuttal? Look, I tell you guys this all the time. I don't know how we got on Dak Prescott conversation because we supposed to be talking defense. You guys know I love defense. I kind of like offense, but I love defense. But I will say this right here, Cowboy Nation. Let's take this thing one day at a time, one movement at a time. I truly believe that Dak Prescott is going to make Jerry Wayne, Stephen Jones, and company feel like they made the worst decisions of their lives, right? And where I'm going with that is he's going to ball out. They're going to have to really pay the brother now. You know, they really going to have to reach deep down in their pocket. You know where that lint be at? And pull that out and say, hey, can you guys turn this into some dollars? Because that's just the reality of it. You got C.D. Lamb, C. Dangerous Lamb. You got Michael Gallup, not 1 year Michael Gallup, a third-year Michael Gallup, a Marty Cooper. You got also a Blake Jarwin. Even Dalton Schultz is showing up, for crying out loud. I'm not even talking about Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. So I'm just really thinking that this team, the way, the flow, the flavor, and everything is going to be crazy, banana crazy, Cowboy Nation. I do. I flat out do. And trust me, Michael, he says Dak Prescott need to score one touchdown to beat against the Eagles to win the division. He got a 0. Save me the emotions. I agree. We just needed one touchdown. But let me break this down. All right, so in that particular game, and this is why I love defense, we had Jordan, Hip Pocket Lewis lined up on Dallas Goedert when they got into the red zone, money zone, green zone. Their version of when they got into the end zone. And you know who they target? Dallas Goedert, and that was the only touchdown I believe that they were able to score. They could have scored 2, I believe, but that was their first touchdown I recall. That what the Eagles were able to do. Xavier Woods. Carson Wentz said, hey, here's the ball to you, and he literally said, let's play patty cake with this ball, Maker's man. That's what he did with the ball. Robert Quinn, and this is not me making up excuses for the Dallas Cowboys because the Eagles won fair and square, right? But the Dallas Cowboys, Robert Quinn, sacked, fumbled Carson Wentz. That was another opportunity because it was right in there on our side of the field or what have you, and everybody was just looking at the ball saying, okay, that's a beautiful ball, and then Carson fell back on the ball. We had 5 drops in that game. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 5. I got 5 on it. That's how many drops they had in that particular game. And I'm not trying to make excuses for the Dallas Cowboys because the Eagles won fair and square. But the only time we was able to move the ball down the field, we got the ball in our territory. Shout out to Ezekiel Elliott. But he got up patting his helmet. And he said, hey, call me out, coach. And the first play that they did was, hey, we going to run Tony Pollard on the weak side. Mind you that was Tony Pollard's first snap almost. And the first thing he said, okay, let me play basketball with the football. That's what the Cowboys did. Turnovers on down in the money zone, green zone, red zone. Now, I always tell people it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. I believe deep down in my heart the Cowboys were not prepared for that game one way or another. The previous week or that week of the game, Dak Prescott didn't practice at all. To me personally, I would prefer if they would have rushed Cooper Rush out there if they knew that they was going to look like that with nobody being on the same page. I mean, Dak Prescott, he had one shining moment, right? That if he would have connected with was it Tavion? I call it, is it Trayvon? Whatever his name was, Austin. If he were, I call him Tavion because that's what my dog Jerry Wayne Jones will call him. And if he were connected with that, who knows what would have happened, right? That play, I would tell you, yeah, Dak Prescott should have connected with that one. But outside of that, I don't think that I can put this loss all on the quarterback. I can't. I just have to put it all on the preparation. And, they will say, well, Carson Wentz, he came in there with people that was working at Walmart and UPS, and he beat us with those guys. Newsflash. The Eagles don't use their outside receivers anyway. They use a vertical concept with the tight ends. And even though Zach Ertz got hurt in that game, shout out to X Wood, that was his best play of that game, they killed us by the foolery of the coaching staff. They had a guy number 84. I would tell you guys, I know some people that's in middle school and high school would be able to catch a ball on linebacker versus a wide receiver. They had number 84, I forgot his name, I think it was Ward or something like that. They had a linebacker who we just picked up off the streets. I think his name was Smith or something. Y'all help me out with his first name. And what happened was they put him on Ward, and Ward ran a simple wheel route, killed him. That was one of the deeper throws that was thrown in the ball game. You know who really killed the Cowboys? Bubble passes, bubble screens to their running back. I think his name is Miles or something like that, Sanders. He killed the Cowboys. Go back and watch that game. Let me know if I'm lying. He killed the Cowboys. He killed them. little dump off passes, bubble screens, and a big play on a wheel route to the wide receiver when they had the linebacker on the wide receiver. I know some kids in high school that can beat some linebackers in the pros. That's just the reality of it. That was just bad, horrible defenses. Let me know. Go back and rewatch the game. Let me know where I was wrong at. Let me know. Yeah, Malcolm Smith. Shout out to you, Daniel. We picked that brother up off the streets. My cousin would say streets. We picked him up off the streets and said, "Hey, go trail the wide receiver down the field." Oh my goodness. We had DBs and we didn't put them on it. Didn't put them on him. Come on now. But we did lose, and thank God we did lose, right? Because we wouldn't have CD right now. And I know it kind of sounds crass of a Cowboys fan saying, "Hey, they glad that they lost to the Eagles." That's what the Cowboys thinking. Because if we were to win that game, oh my goodness, how can you really look this team in the face and say, "Well, we're going to fire Jason Garrett"? 3 times out of the last 4 years, this guy won the division and took the team to the playoffs. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to fire a man who took the team in the last 4 years, 3 times out of the 4 to the playoffs. I mean, 2016, 18, and 19. Come on. You wouldn't have no longitude and latitude to fire your son if that were to happen. I digress. Bittersweet moment, though. Bittersweet moment. No telling the truth. He sucks. Shout out to you, Jimmy Allen. Really appreciate you, though, man. All right, Cowboy Nation. We sleeping on Miles Sanders. Here's this from Willard. Trust me, the craziest thing about Miles Sanders is that he's nothing more than – he's not better than a Tony Pollard. He just had more opportunities than Tony Pollard. Just look at Tony Pollard's tape and look up Miles Sanders. He's not doing nothing that Tony Pollard would not been able to do, besides holding on to the ball at that one time, right? All right, Cowboy Nation, let me know how long I've been live so I can get on out of here. But I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. You guys know I love you. Even though we have a disagreements, we shouldn't all think alike. We should have our disagreements, and that's what make us come back, because I can listen to your thoughts and you can listen to my thoughts, and we can put these things out. That's why I give you guys the phone line for your mind to speak and give me a call to just echo your sentiments. I promise you, I'll let you speak. I'm going to post the number one more time. I'll even lose my voice. I'll post the number one more time, and you guys can speak your mind. One more time, and you guys can speak your mind. And we get on out here. 53 minutes, 51 minutes. Yes, Law got to go. Law got to go. Oil his beard. Yeah, it's got a little, it's still moist. It's soft right now. It's still soft. Yeah. What I'm really gonna do is I'm gonna show you. Last night with my daughter, we watched Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, the movie with Jim Carrey. It was a pretty good one. Low key, it was really good. It took me some adjustments to really look at it. Skinny Dr. Evil or what have you, but it was a really good movie. Sonic the Hedgehog. Me and my daughter, we watched that last night. And tonight we got the Disney Plus, and what I'm going to do is at 7:30 we normally go grab something to eat, and I'm going to watch Mulan. Mulan is out now. Don't spoil it for me, Cowboy Nation. But I will tell you this, that Sonic the Hedgehog movie was really, really, really good. I like the storyline. I like how they, added things into it, the universes and the ring, and you can jump through portals and stuff. It's a really good movie. I'm a daddy's guy. I try to be the father of the year, as Jessica would say it, right? So my son loves Sonic. Yes, Willard. Yes, it's a real good movie. I'm talking about the one that they then turned into a real life motion picture. It was real good, man. And I love the fact that he was running so fast that everything else around him slowed down like the Flash. You know, it was a real good movie, man. Real good movie. Watch the Sonic the Hedgehog, you know. And Mulan is what I'm about to watch now in a few. Jim Carrey was hilarious. He was hilarious. Jim Carrey was hilarious, man. Matter of fact, it's them letting me know, like, hey, man, your time is up. So I'm going to turn off the phone lines for your mind. And I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Don't forget that number that I posted. You can still shoot me text messages. I'll try to respond to the text messages. Whatever you have on your mind. It can be stuff that's not outside of Cowboys football. It could be about how growing your beard. It could be about anything. That phone line is open 24/7. You can always feel free to leave a voicemail as well. Let's continue to grind, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Daniel, really appreciate you, man. Shout out to you, man. Hey, guys, don't forget to share this thing. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboy Sports Talk and Beyond. Hey, you know I got to hear this thing one time. Bam. Let's go. Darryl Ford. Yeah. 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 Hey. Let's go. Hey. You might want to write this down. Give me some fire emojis if you can, Cowboy Nation. I want to tell people it's about the process of your mind. Jessica talked about positive thinking, and even if you have the objective thoughts, it's okay, because this is what makes us humans, right? The ability to make mistakes. But I tell people this all the time and every time. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you hold all other things tawdry and cheap for it, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out and sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all terror of God or man for it, if you'll simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, or famish, or fame, or sickness, or body, or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and besetted, Cowboy Nation, you already know we can go out there and get it. And I'm talking about the Super Bowl one way or another. Let's continue to grow this thing, Cowboy Nation. Don't forget to hit that like button. Share this content. Let that friend know, baby, where to go. Shout out to all of the supporters, man. Really appreciate you. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Turn me up.
This is Sparta!